So you're thinking about moving to Fate, Texas, but you're really not sure where in the heck Fate, Texas is. Well, in this video, we're going to take you around on the map and we're going to show you where Fate is located in proximity to Dallas, to the airport, and to show you all the things that are around Fate, Texas. So let's go ahead and get after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is about living in the Dallas, Texas area and the surrounding areas east, then go ahead, hit subscribe, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to receive the market information for living east of Dallas, Texas. Hi, my name is Delisa Lipinski and I am a realtor with eXp Realty. And I get calls from people just like you every single day. So whether you're looking to make a move in 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 months, go ahead, shoot us a text, send us an email, give us a call, or you can even schedule a Zoom meeting. All of our contact information is in the description. We would love and be honored to help you make a smooth move to the Dallas, Texas area and the surrounding areas. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the map. All right, Fate, Texas is located about 28 miles just east of Dallas. And I'm gonna try to do this left-handed because unfortunately I'm working with one hand right now, so my drawing and my numbers just may not be very good. So just bear with it here, guys. All right, so Fate, Texas is right here on the map. And as you can see, it is just east of Dallas. So here's Fate and here's Dallas. And if you were to take I-30 straight out of Dallas, you're gonna go right over Lake Ray Hubbard into Fate. So if you're looking at commuting into Dallas from the Fate area, now I'm gonna tell you right now it's kind of a hot mess because there is construction on I-30 and they're widening it. It is not unusual to have a wreck on the bridge, so sometimes it can take up to an hour to get into Dallas depending upon what the traffic flow is like. On a normal day, you're gonna look at about 40-45 minutes during rush hour traffic. Now, if we were looking at Fate in relation to the airport, you can see Fate being east of Dallas is quite a ways from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is over in the northwest quadrant. But the best way that I have found if you're looking to get to the airport is come straight down I-30, take George Bush or I-90 straight over, and that will actually take you into the north part of the airport. Then you can go through any of the terminals right here in the DFW airport. That's the way I typically will go when I'm looking to go to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. And it takes me about 50-55 minutes getting into the airport, depending upon what time your flight leaves. Sometimes I've had flights as early as 6 o'clock in the morning and could get in there a little bit quicker. But the nice thing is when you're driving on George Bush, speed limit's a little faster, and so the speed limit's 70 miles an hour. Now the downside is you do have to pay tolls, but that's okay. For me, it's worth paying a little bit of money just to go a little bit faster. Okay, so let's go in and let's start taking a look around Fate and see what all Fate has to offer. Fate is really pretty small. It's located in Rockwall County and it's only about 12 square miles. And the current population in Fate is hovering right around 22,000, 23,000 people. Now it has seen an expansive amount of growth. In 2007, the population really was around 4,900 people. The development started really pushing out east. We've got a lot of new construction, a lot of new subdivisions, and so we've seen a fair amount of growth. Really, in the past 10 years, about 47% growth. So Fate is located right here on I-30, and then the other main thoroughfare is to get through Fate is actually called Highway 66. And so that runs right here into Rockwall, or you have I-30, which from Rockwall will also take you into the Greenville, Texas area. Fate has a really small downtown area, and I'm going to zoom in here. So this right here is your downtown area. And that is where we're beginning to see some growth and development. We've got Pablo's Restaurant, which is a really good Latin cuisine restaurant, and they have some really strong margaritas. We also have It's Fate Creamery. We have the Fate Food Hall, which is really kind of cool because it is for the food trucks. It's a permanent establishment for the food truck courts. And then on the weekends, they have vendor fairs, which is a lot of fun. You also have the Four Checks Bakery, and that is really good kolaches. And you've got Along Came Tamale, which is right here. And this is a mixed use area to where they also have some apartments up top. Now, right in this area right here, we're also going to have Sauce and Vine. So they just broke ground and they are projected to open in 2025. So we're really looking forward to that. That's going to be a fabulous addition. Then you come right here. So this is from the downtown area. This is 551, and this will take you straight into I-30. Now, right here before you get to I-30, we do have Specs Fine Wine and Spirits. So that's very convenient. Then right in this corner right here is where we're starting to see a lot of the retail development come in. We have our Fresh by Brookshire's. So we've got our own grocery store. There is a Starbucks, there's a McDonald's. We've got Pet Supply Plus. You've got Wing Snob. Starwood Cafe has just opened up. And I have heard, I haven't been, but I've heard that it is absolutely phenomenal. They do a great breakfast and lunch, but they're closed for dinner. We also have Salad to Go that has just come in here. You've got Taco Bell. So this part right here is really being developed for our retail spaces in this corner. So when you look at Fate, we really kind of divide it off of I-30. So in the northern part, in this area right in here, this is called Wood Creek. And Wood Creek, it actually started back in 2005. I moved out to this area in 2007, so they had just started building Wood Creek. And Wood Creek has, it's a master plan community. So they have 3 different pools. They have workout facility. They have dog parks, walking trails. They have Robert Smith Park, which is located right here. And that has disc golf. It's got more walking trails around Robert Smith Park. It's got a gazebo where you can rent that out for having parties. And then in September, they do Celebrate Fate, which is a lot of fun. We have a huge fireworks show. They don't compete for the 4th of July fireworks show with the other surrounding cities. We have a fireworks show in September, and boy, they usually do it up pretty big. Now, when you are looking on the south side, this area right in here, right behind the Fresh, is another large subdivision called Williamsburg. And that is another master plan community. And homes in both of these communities are gonna run anywhere from the $4 to, really the $700,000 range. Then you've got Chamberlain Reserves right here. And then we do have 2 new subdivisions that are going in right now. This one right up in this area is called Montera. And then right here, just right off of 66, is another new subdivision that is going in. So you can see there is a lot of development and a lot happening here in Fate. So now let's go ahead and as you can see too, there's still a lot of green space. So there's still a lot of areas where we have the green space. So I suspect that we're going to continue to see a lot of growth and a lot that's going to be happening here in the Fate area, because it really is only about 10 minutes from Rockwall, and you've got another 10 minutes when you head a little further east to go out to Royce City. All right, and then of course we have Lake Ray Hubbard, which is right here. So it's very convenient to get to the lake. So the interesting thing about Fate is they don't have their own school district. They actually pretty much split the city. So half of your population, half of the residents are going to go to Rockwall ISD, and then half of them are going to go to Royce City ISD. And both of them are top-rated school districts. And the nice thing is both Williamsburg and Wood Creek, they actually have schools in the neighborhood. So the schools, whether it's a Rockwall or a Royce City ISD, they do have schools that are in the neighborhood. So it's very convenient. A lot of the parents will walk their children to the elementary schools just because it's so convenient. So I'm going to tell you, if you're looking for a lot of nightlife, Fate really isn't going to be it. The streets roll up at 9 o'clock, and that's okay, because if you're moving out into a small town like this, you're probably looking for a little bit slower lifestyle. But we do have very close to a Southern Junction. So Southern Junction, here we go, is located right here. And Southern Junction is a huge dance hall. So they have country western music. They bring in a lot of top name bands. They also have dinner. They serve steaks. Now, it's not going to be your fine dining, I promise you, but it is a good time to go out to Southern Junction. If you're looking for some nicer dining options, you definitely are going to want to go into the Rockwall area, because that's going to have more of your nicer dining. You're going to have Zanata's, Bin 303, you've got Culpeppers, and then one of the newer restaurants that's open, Wade's Landing, and Wade's Landing is just right off of 66. For me, it takes about 5 minutes from Fate to get into this portion of Rockwall. So if I'm leaving from Fate here, and I'm going to come in 66 right here, it really is only about a 5-minute trip. Right here as you're coming in, this is the downtown area for Rockwall, and there's a lot of restaurants and a lot of shopping in that area. So because Fate is really growing and they are expanding, one of the things that most of the neighborhoods are going to have is either going to be a mud tax or a PID tax. So you've got a MUD, which is the Municipal Utility District, or a PID, which is a public improvement development. So most of your neighborhoods over in this area are going to have what we call a MUD tax. Now that is additional tax because we don't pay city taxes that helps build out the infrastructure. So things like your streets, your utilities, your sewer, your water, they do what we call the MUD tax. It is a part of your real estate tax bill, and the longer that it's a bond actually that was bought, and so as time progresses, that tax rate will continue to go down and down and down, to where eventually they've paid off that bond and therefore no longer need the MUD tax. Now over here, Williamsburg, they do what they call a PID. And the PID is actually very similar in that it is a bond that is bought for the public improvement, for the streets, the lights, the sewer, the water, but it is set for a specific amount of time. So typically your PIDs are going to be about 20 years, and it is a set amount that is taxed, and then once that has been paid off, then the PID goes away. But we're seeing a lot of that, particularly in Rockwall County, because of the development outside of the city limits that doesn't have the infrastructure, but obviously the developers need that infrastructure in place in order to build the newer subdivisions. So that is something you just need to be aware of. The tax rates really in Fate, I believe it was about 2.73. That varies year to year, obviously. Since I've been here, my mud tax has gone down because number one, we've got more people that have moved into the neighborhoods that are being developed. And then number two, just the time in order to pay off those bonds. You're a real easy drive right here from Fate into the Rockwall area. Very easy drive right here into Royce City. And if you have not been to Buc-ee's, because that's a Texas thing, you definitely need to stop at Buc-ee's because there is nothing like it. I don't know if I could even describe. It is the largest gas station convenience store that I've ever seen, and you literally can go shopping for all of your Christmas gifts there because they have everything. And you got to make sure that you try the beaver nuggets because those are pretty much addicting. A lot has changed in Fate since I've moved here, and we're going to do our next video on the pros and cons of moving to Fate. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the reasons why I moved out here 17 years ago. And then I'm also going to tell you what I see as the pros and some of the cons. And in that way, you can get a really true sense of what it's like living in Fate. So be on the watch out for that next video that we're going to be dropping. So I hope you found this video helpful. It gives you a better idea about Fate, about the community, about what we've got out here, and how close it is to everything. Go ahead and drop a comment and let us know what you thought about this and what you think about Fate. And if you're thinking about moving to Fate, go ahead and give us a call. We'd love to talk with you about all the great things that are happening out here because you know what? Fate brought us here.